The harmattan haze hung over Kano like a thin, grey veil, smelling of parched earth and ancient secrets. For Amina, the season meant two things: cracked lips and the relentless hustle of the Komi market. At 19, she possessed a gait that defied the heavy brass trays she balanced on her head. Today, her cargo was mosa, golden, fermented rice cakes that hissed with the memory of the morning's fire. Amina. 2 for 50, a regular called out. She maneuvered through the throng of motorbikes and colorful kiki napeps, her movement a practice dance. Every coin dropped into her apron was a brick for her future. She wasn't just selling snacks, she was funding a dream of nursing school. As the sun reached its zenith, turning the sky into a bleached canvas, she paused near the great mosque. The call to prayer echoed, grounding the chaotic energy of the city. In that moment of stillness, a man in a crisp white Barban Riga approached. He didn't want cakes, he handed her a lost flyer from the university. "You dropped this yesterday," he said, smiling. Amina realized then that even in a city of millions, her ambitions were not invisible. 6 months later, the dry silence of the north was replaced by the humid roar of Lagos. Amina had secured a partial scholarship, but the center of excellence was a shock to the system. Everything moved at double speed. The yellow Danfo buses were metallic beasts, their conductors screaming Oberland. Oshodi, like town criers on caffeine, living with her auntie in a cramped flat in Suralia, Amina learned the Lagosian creed, "Shine your eyes." She spent her mornings in lecture halls studying anatomy and her evenings navigating the labyrinthine bus stops. The salt air from the Atlantic didn't just carry moisture, it carried a sense of frantic possibility. One rainy Tuesday, the third mainland bridge turned into a parking lot. Stranded in a bus for 3 hours, Amina pulled out her textbook. While others cursed the go-slow, she memorized the chambers of the heart. A woman sitting next to her, draped in expensive lace, watched her intently. "Lagos will try to swallow you, daughter," the woman whispered, "but it only feeds the ones who refuse to stop moving." Amina nodded, the rhythm of the windshield wipers matching the steady beat of her own resolve. The graduation ceremony was a kaleidoscope of culture. Igbos in red caps, Yorubas in towering gele, and Amina's own family in fine Hausa embroidery. The air in the hall was thick with the scent of jollof rice and expensive perfumes, a sensory celebration of Nigerian success. When Amina stood to take the Nightingale pledge, her voice didn't waver. She had been posted to a rural clinic in the Middle Belt for her National Youth Service, NYSC. It was a place where the infrastructure was tired, but the people were resilient. On her first day, she treated a young boy with a fever, using the same steady hands that once balanced trays in Kano. As the sun set over the rolling hills of Jos, painting the horizon in shades of indigo and orange, Amina felt the true scale of her journey. She was no longer just a girl from the north or a student in the west, she was a thread in the vast, vibrant fabric of a nation. Nigeria was a country of contradictions, hardship and hope, dust and rain, but as she looked at her stethoscope, she knew she was exactly where she needed to be. The dream wasn't just hers anymore, it belonged to her people.